welcome to Malaysia, the third stop for this year's Audi R8 LMS Cup. Alessio Picariello leads the championship, but he has local favorite Alex Yoong right behind him in the standings.
Before things get underway here in Malaysia, let's take a look back at how it unfolded at Thailand. The very first time the Cup was at the Buriram International Circuit. Pretty tough affair off the line as Marchi Lee and Alessio Picariello battle hard into turn one. Then it was Alex Yoong, the young Belgian driver, copping an absolute barrage from the Phoenix Racing Asia duo. Another one copping a barrage too was Martin Rump, the opening round winner of the 2016 season, in the wall. That didn't do him any favours, but Alex Yoong, another victory, and that was perfect. May have been the old guard in round three, but for round four, it was the young chargers that have been working their way to the front of this 2016 season. And it was Martin Rump who led the field away, followed by Jan Kischel. But very quickly, here is more aggression from Alessio Picariello to take the position away. He worked his way forward and onto the tail of Martin Rump. Now, not so much luck for Aditya Patel, who's just copped a whack in the back from Rahul Fry. But lights a flash, Martin Rump, two-time winner, and that's the three youngest drivers in the field on top of the podium. So what that does is put Alessio Picariello on top of the points from Alex Yoong, two-time champion. Then it's Martin Rump, Marchi Lee, Rahul Fry and Jan Kischel. A good mix between old and new. Of course, in the AM Cup, Jeffrey Lee continues the winning streak, and it was Daniel Bilski who took the victory, the reigning AM Cup winner in the Masters Cup.
Coming up in the show, we'll talk to Audi DTM star and Macau champion Eduardo Montaro, and we'll hear from the Phoenix Racing team, one of the three service teams in the Cup this year. Plus, we'll have an extended highlights of both races. First of all, reigning champion Alex Yoong will introduce us to his hometown.
Hi, I'm Alex Yoong and welcome to Malaysia. We're in Kuala Lumpur, its capital. You're in my hood. We're actually in a neighborhood here called Bangsa. It's where I was born, I grew up, spent most of my life here. In the street here was where I spent the ages from 4 to 8. Huge variety of things here, from restaurants and bars to architecture and buildings, and even the people. It makes for a very cool atmosphere. Another reason why I like Bangsa is because I like to just be in one spot, catching up with friends or just reading in cafes. Bangsa has all that for me. There's nothing else I need.
We're back in beautiful Kuala Lumpur for the third stop of the 2016 Audi R8 LMS Cup, the Sepang International Circuit. Formula One venue, 5.5 kilometres, always a popular addition to the annual calendar. Cars on the grid getting ready to go for the opening race. Eduardo Montaro, making a cameo appearance for Phoenix Racing Asia, took the top spot in Superpole from Alessio Picariello, Rahul Fry, Alex Yoong and Martin Rump. A little bit further back for KOU from Sun Jing Zhu, the leading AM class competitor, from Vincent Florendo, Jeffrey Lee and Johnson Huang. Rolling start for the fifth round of the Audi R8 LMS Cup here at Sepang International Circuit in Malaysia. And the inside line has been taken by Edo Mortara, but look at Rahul Fry in the green car, the Castrol car, trying to go up the inside. He closes the door, and that's let Alex Yoong, the reigning champion, go around the outside into turn one. Very tight. We've seen a lot of contact here in past seasons. You can see just how close the cars are as they negotiate that turn 1-2 complex. But Alex Yoong's taken the position, and he's away. Edo Mortara in the blue 48 car immediately behind him. Behind him, Alessio Picciarello's trying to keep Rahel Frey at bay. You can see Marchi Lee moving around. So too Frankie Cheng, very busy as they head down to turn 4. Picciarello right in under the rear wing of the number 48 car of Edo Mortara. Here's a replay on board with Rahel Frey. She's coming out of turn 2. You can see Alessio Picciarello just squeeze across on the Swiss driver and take away position number 3. Mortara looking for heat in those tyres as Picciarello at turn 15 now looks for an inside move. Not against the experienced Mr. Macau. Now we're on board with Marchi Lee. You can see him coming up alongside Rahel Frey, and she doesn't give him any racing room. Squeezes him out on the run up to turn 4. That's allowed Frankie Cheng up the inside as well as they turn into the fast right-hander and head back up the hill. That hasn't worked out so well for the 2012 Cup champion. Now back at position 6 as Rahel Frey looks for a move in the background there up the inside of Alessio Picciarello to take away position number 3. Here it is on board through turn 1 into the tight left-hander, just manages to get up the inside, closes the door on the exit. You see the dust kicked up by Edo Mortara ahead of them as he now ranges in on the tail of Alex Jung, getting close. Alex Jung had a brilliant start, got away from the field. Frankie Cheng, another good solid run from the Chinese driver. He's been very, very consistent this season. A little bit further back, a bad start for Jeffrey Lee. He's had a big string of wins in the AM Cup so far in 2016, but he's working himself back into contention with both Johnson Huang and Vincent Florendo. They're battling on screen. The two drivers have been on the podium a number of times with Jeffrey Lee this year. That looks like Huang trying to go around the inside. He's looking for anything he can do to get past the Filipino driver. Not going to go around there, though. The gravel, not much traction on the run out of turn 14. Up front, Alex Jung continues to lead. He's extended the lead. In fact, now Rahel Frey is starting to close in on Edo Mortara. The Swiss driver carrying on her consistency and showing she's every bit a match for these young drivers. But so too Alex Jung, the veteran two-time Cup champion, takes victory number 19 at home in front of his fans at Sepang. Edo Mortara crosses the line in position number 2. Then it's Rahel Frey rounding out the podium.
Well, yeah, it was a strategic call. You know, we're like, maybe we save the new tyres for the second race and win the second race. But I didn't want to carry the weight to Korea. So I was like, no, give me the new tyres. We set the car up to be really aggressive. And the car was perfect in the first 2 laps. I could just pull away. Really happy, had to get the win, especially for the crowd here.
Especially in the first laps, he was much faster than me. 1-2 for Team Phoenix. I think it's the most important thing.
So that victory to Alex Jung gives the reigning champion back the championship points lead over Alessio Picciarello. Edo Mortara finishes second, not far behind. Rahel Frey was third, Alessio fourth, Frankie Cheng fifth, and then it was Marchi Lee. Jeffrey Lee keeps his winning streak alive in the AM Cup to take the victory in that category over Vincent Florendo and Johnson Huang.
Sure you brake enough and you rotate the car exiting. That's a bit the clue on this corner.
Track work, it's quite a personal thing. Some drivers don't like it at all. Some are really into the detail to see the small difference you can't feel in the car, like the height of a curb, to see what's really behind a curb. And for me, it got just a nice tradition to start the weekend, to get into the right mood.
I have a few reasons why I like to do the track walk actually. One, because we get to see the surface everywhere we go. Almost every track has a different surface. So that way we get to assess the grip on the circuit. Two, because we get to see where the track is going. If we've been here before, we refresh our memory. And if we've never been here before, it's new, so we get to learn the circuit.
Well, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of track walks. I only do it when I don't know the tracks or when there is something new. This year we have new asphalt here in Sepang, so it's quite interesting to come and see. Basically, yeah, we look at the braking points, so it's always pretty interesting to do it when you don't know the track.
To have a chat with the other drivers, with your engineer, so yeah, I like the combination of it. Seeing all the details, like we have a new tarmac on the track in Malaysia, and then just be socialized.
No matter how experienced you are, I think there's always something new to learn.
it's cool. I'm always enjoying, you know, to come to these race weekends here in Asia, and especially in the R8 LMS Cup. It's always challenging. I can see that, you know, it's growing year by year, and it's actually pretty nice to see, you know, this evolution through the years. My 5th or 6th year now in DTM. I just had one bad year. The other seasons were pretty good. I'm constantly, racing at the front. I still need to improve like certain things, but it's certainly going the right way. I've been with Audi now for 6 years. They took me when I was a young driver. We won races, we had a lot of podiums, we won Macau together.
Eduardo Montara drove very consistently at the front of the field and looked untroubled as he sought to continue his winning streak in Macau into a 5th straight year.
Today, fortunately, everything went very well. With this win, I'm overwhelmed.
So for sure, you know, it's been pretty good so far, and I hope that it's going to continue for the remaining seasons. With Phoenix, I had the chance actually to do my first race with them last year in Macau. I'm happy that now I can compete with them.
Probably it would be some nice girl.
Rahel Fry, but she's rather small, doesn't take up so much space.
Barack Obama.
The first person who came to my mind was Gordon Ramsay.
I guess Megan Fox is a better option.
I mean, I get along pretty well with my wife, so I think, you know, it would be the easiest choice, actually.
Any superhero would be good. Any superhero who can get me out of the situation, that's totally fine.
New to the Cup this year is the introduction of service teams. Phoenix Racing is one of the biggest names in European motorsport. This year they've expanded to Asia and joined the Cup.
Started in 2015 when Ernst and Marci started talking, and they had the idea of doing something together. Ernst always wanted to expand out of Europe, doing some racing activities outside Europe. They said, why not start something in Asia? We always had a good contact to Audi as well, especially the people from Audi R8 LMS Cup. And yeah, when they came up with the idea of getting more than one service provider, we said, yeah, why not?
Everywhere in the world, when you are racing, when you are high-level motorsport or high-level sport, it's everywhere the same. There's a bit different on the culture, how the races are going on, but in the end, the goal is to win and want to show that we are one of the best teams.
Alex was a former Formula One racing driver, and I mean, only the best are going to Formula One. Marci was a great competitor when he was racing in France, then in Europe. So, I mean, I'm not surprised that they're doing so well here in Asia, actually.
Marci is my partner also in this business here, and he gives me a lot of opportunities, ideas, what we can do, how we can mix the driver lineup, and for sure he's a very, very big help.
I am the Asia guy who trying to put a team together with two culture. Two culture is very different because sometimes you see that we use a lot of Asian mechanics, and from European side, maybe sometimes they work differently. In German side, they have the long history, they have a lot of information, technique, and they're doing for so many years. So this is a good combination, I think. The Asia side is really kicking in, and you can see a lot of different new series, GT cars. We think this is a good time.
Phoenix Racing in Europe is now 18th season we're doing right now. We came here not to start something, we come here to stay. So the plan for Asia is a long-term plan.
By virtue of setting the fastest lap time in the opening race, Edo Mortara will start from pole in round 6 of the championship. Alongside him, Alex Young, the race 1 winner, from Rahel Frey and Alessio Picariello. Jeffrey Lee has the pole for Am Cup ahead of Johnson Huang, Vincent Florendo and Sun Jingzhu. Standing start for the second start of a race weekend, and it's green. The pole sitter, Eduardo Mortara, holds the front running position. You can see Alex Jung there moving across to try and block out Rahel Frey, but she's already up the inside. Alessio Piccarello's seen what Alex Jung has done in the opening race. He's going to try and go around the outside with him. Marchi Lee there, 2 alongside his teammate. 3 wide as they go through turn 1. We know that's not going to work. Well, they get through turn 2 completely unscathed. It looks like Marchi's got through. Edo is okay. Alessio behind him, but it looks like Martin Rump there has been spat off the track further back. That's not great for the young Estonian, a 2-time winner so far this year. Riding on board with race 1 winner Alex Jung. You can see Piccarello trying to go around the outside there of Mortara. Rahel Frey now has gone up the inside after that great run into turn 1, and that's left the door open too for Frankie Cheng, who's also taken a position away from the Malaysian master. So Mortara leads on the run down to turn 4. Behind him, it's Piccarello. Behind him, it's Rahel Frey is driving a very wide and defensive line, keeping both Frankie Cheng and the fighting Phoenix Racing drivers behind her. Now we're on board with Martin Rump. You can see he's just pushed off the circuit there. On the outside, coming through the opening stanza of corners is not the place to be. Rahel Frey, position number 3 behind her. Great battle between the Phoenix Racing Asia teammates. Looks like Marchi Lee's got that. Now let's go on board with his teammate. Oh, there's the boss across in front of him. And thanks very much, Alex Jung. Ta-da, I'm off. Another one that's off, but for all the wrong reasons, is Aditya Patel. Oh, it looks like cold tyres has caught him on the run out of turn number 14, and around he's gone. That drops him to rear of field. But up front, the battle continues. Piccarello all over the rear of Edo Mortara. The Absolute Racing team watching again as the young MGT by Absolute Belgian driver has another look at the Italian and takes a move up the inside into turn 2. Contact! He doesn't need contact. You don't need to be doing that with a modern-day GT3 car, but it looks like he might have got away with it. Let's go on board and look at the replays. He tries to take the position. Oh, Mortara just moves across, takes back the apex. Contact. Fortunately, both of them are able to continue, and hopefully that damage to the aero on the front of the car won't be too bad. Another passing move. Here's Martin Rump and Jan Kischel. A little bit further back than these two would have liked. Both of them, of course, on the podium last time out in Thailand, and both of them still coming to grips with this new Audi R8 LMS. Further forward, battle for 4th place. It's Marchi Lee and Frankie Cheng. These two guys have been consistent all weekend. Marchi, sadly, carrying a bit of a virus. Again, Piccarello closes in on the tail of Mortara. Mortara, of course, carrying 35 kilos of extra success ballast by virtue of placing 2nd in the opening race. Look, another dive up the inside at turn 15. This is one of the best races we've seen in recent years in the Cup, side by side. The young charger, the old stager, the experienced German touring car campaigner, side by side, banging doors on the run down the front straight. This is fantastic. Rahel Frey's just in a watching brief here as further back Marchi Lee's doing much the same. What's going to happen? How's this going to end up? Oh, side by side, a little bit more contact as they go into turn 1. Rahel's up the inside. She going to take the position away? No, that's the wrong way to go around turn 2. She got the outside. That allows Piccarello to close the door again. Now we're on board with Rahel Frey. You can see Mortara just run young Belgian a little bit wide there, force him wide. That opens the door for Rahel. She looks for an opportunity, but now she's on the outside going through turn 2. As the battle continues, now it's Mortara, it is Piccarello, it is Rahel Frey. A little bit further back now for Marchi Lee. This is the battle at the front. They're coming through the final corner. It's going to be checkered flag time. How close is this field? Absolutely incredible. Great victory to Edo Mortara. Brilliant drive by Alessio Piccarello, and a great run too for Rahel Frey.
I think, yeah, there were several contacts, but they remained fair. And yeah, my intention was not to put him out, but just, to stay in front. And I think it was the same for him.
Yeah, we touched a few times. That's racing. He comes from DTM, there's hard fights, and he had a lot of experience, so it was hard to pass him. And also I was too close, and with this car the downforce is working well, so it's difficult to keep the gap and to be as close as possible.
They were fighting on a really high level. It was really interesting to follow as well, even for me.
And after one of the greatest races in the 5-year history of the Cup, Eduardo Mortara emerges victorious by the narrowest of margins from Alessio Piccarello and Rahel Frey. And it was Marchi Lee and Frankie Cheng. Alex Jung, race 1 winner, finishes in 6th. Jeffrey Lee keeps his winning record alive. That's 5 wins now in the Am Cup ahead of Johnson Huang, Vincent Florendo and Sun Jingzhu. In the overall standings, there it is. Alex Jung, equal on points with Alessio Picciarello in the midpoint of the season. Fantastic result. Rahel Fry, position 3, ahead of Martin Rump and Marchie Lee. In the AM Cup classification, Jeffrey Lee's 5 wins sees him as the runaway leader, 140 points, ahead of Sun Jing Zhu. In the Masters Cup, Daniel Bilski has the top spot.
Scrutineering, primary scrutineering is basically to check the safety of the car for it going onto the circuit, and obviously the driver's equipment as well. The other side of it is the eligibility side, and that depends on the championship regulations. We check certain things on the car, whatever the regulations are for that championship. The main thing I'm looking for is ride height is very crucial on the front of these particular R8s. They're very close to the wind. Also, the camber, the wheel camber, that is crucial as well. They're trying to get to the maximum that what is permitted in the regulations. We do check the suspension, we do check the steering, we do check the electronics on the car, all the data is logged, and that's what we're there for, to try and make everybody run to the regulations. We're not just there just to wait and sit and catch them cheating. We actually, if we do see something wrong with the car, we will tell them beforehand.
Two great races here in Malaysia. Alex Jung and Alessio Picciarello are now level on points halfway through the season. Next up, we're all heading to Korea. Hope you can join us then. See you very soon.